Good morning, this is Gaurav Nayab, and this is our third lecture from the chapter Direct and Inverse Proportions. And we are going to start exercise 1B today. Question 1. If x is directly proportional to y cube and x is 32 when y is 2, find an equation connecting x and y. Remember, x is directly proportional to y cube, so we can write it as x upon y cube is equals to k. Now, we are given the value of x here, which is 32, and y is 2. So replace x with 32 and y with 2, and cube of 2 is 8. So 32 upon 8 is 4. So the value of k is 4. Now remember, connecting equation is made when you have to find the value. If you have to find the value of x, so you're going to make a connecting equation with respect to x. That means x will be k times y cube. So this y cube will be multiplied with k. Okay. So this will be a connecting equation that will give us the value of x. Now since k is 4, so we will replace k with 4. So the connecting equation will be x is equals to 4y cube. Now let us use this connecting equation to find the value of x in the next question. X is equals to 4y cube, and we have the value of y as 6. So replace y with 6. So what is the cube of 6? 216. 4 times 216 is 864. So we have finished second part of the question. Let's go to the third part. The question remains the same. If x is directly proportional to y cube, x is 32, y is 2, find the value of y when x is 108. Remember, this time we have to change the connecting equation with respect to the previous equation. So we know that x is directly proportional to y cube, so we can write it as x upon y cube is equals to k. That's a first connecting equation. We are going to replace k as 4 from the previous connecting equation. Now, since we have to find the value of y, so we are going to take this 4 down, x upon 4. You may directly start your question from here as well. Y cube is equals to x upon 4, or you can write this statement as well. But I have started from the very beginning so that you can understand this and you can follow this pattern as well. So if we have to remove cube from here, we have to take a cube root on the other side. That means x upon y cube root. Remember, what is x? X is 108. And 108 divided by 4 is 27. So cube root of 27 is 3. Let's draw the graph. So x is 4y cube. So when y is 0, x will be 0. And when y will be 2, x will be 2. So you can take any value of y and you can solve it accordingly. But then I'm taking it as 2. Now when you're going to draw the graph, it will look something like this. So on this, you have your x-axis. Here you have y cube. This is 0. And this is 8. Okay. So when y is 2, x will be 32. All right. So you can take you can take any values that you like to and draw the graph accordingly. Fine. Okay, let's move further. Z square is directly proportional to W, and Z is 4 when W is 8. Remember, z square is directly proportional to w, so that we can write it as z square upon w is equals to k. Replace z with 4 and w with 8. So the square of 4 is 16. And sorry, there should not be a cube here. It shouldn't be anything. Okay, ignore this. I'm going to just I'm going to just highlight this so you don't have to just ignore this cube. This is only 8. Okay. All right. So here, square of 4 is 16 upon 8. So that gives you the value of k as 2. Let's make the connecting equation. Connecting equation will be z square upon w is equals to k. Replace k. That means z square is equals to kw. K is 2. So z square will be 2w. Since we have to find the value of z, we are going to use this connecting equation here and replace w as 18. So z square will be 16. Since we have to find the value of z only, so you're going to take a square root on the other side. Whenever you find a square root, you get a value in positive and negative. So the value of z will be plus 6 or minus 6. Let's go to the third part. In this, the question remains the same, but we are going to find the value of w. That means we are going to make a connecting equation with respect to w. So the connecting equation from the previous was z square is equal to 2w. So if you want to find the value of w, so you're going to take 2 on the other side as denominator, which will be like this. W is equal to z square upon 2. Replace z with 5. So 5 square is 25. So 25 upon 2 will give you 12.5 simply. Now, draw the graph of z square against w. So we have to take two values. Remember, direct proportion graph is always a straight line. So you can take any values that of your choice and then you can draw the graph accordingly. But we are starting from 0. So if you replace w with 0, 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. So z square will also be 0 because you're comparing z square and w. Now if you take w as 2, that means here you put 2. So 2 2s are 4. That means z square will be 4. So the graph will look like this. Here you have got 0 and 2. And when x is 0, y is also 0. And when it's x is 2, y is 4. And then since you have got need 2 points only to draw a straight line, and you can draw a straight line throughout. And on top you can write down the connecting equation here. And you can show that you are comparing z square and y. Question 3. It is given that y is directly proportional to xn, x power n. And write down the value of n when ym square is the area of the square of length x meter. This looks complicated, but actually it is not. Let us know how. Remember, y is directly proportional to x power n, so you can write it as y upon x power n is equals to k. Now, let's find the value of y. Y is equals to k multiplied by x power n here. So, since area of a square is always length multiplied by length, and this length of this square is x meters. So you're going to replace length with x. So x into x, and the area is actually y. They say that y is the area and x is the length. So replace a with y and length with x. So y will be x square. If y is x square, yeah, and here you wrote y is equals to k x power n, yeah, What is the power here of x? 2. So that means the value of n will be 2. Similarly, look at this question and try to solve this part, and I'm going to do it right in front of you. The question remains the same. Y is directly proportional to x power n, and here we don't have a square, we have a cube here. This is y centimeter cube is the volume of a cube of length x centimeter. So you have got a cube and each of the side is x centimeter, where y is actually the volume. So y is equals to x power n from here, and this time volume formula is length multiplied by length multiplied by length. Volume is y, v is y basically, and length is actually x. So y is equals to x power 3. So that's actually, now remember, this was actually our connecting equation. So since we have to find x, so x, we want to replace xn here. Remember, what is the value of power of x here? 3. Yeah, so you will call y is actually the volume, right? Y is volume. So we can, in place of this y, I can write x power 3. Rest will remain the same. So x k x power n, in this, replace this with x power 3. From here, x power 3 is coming. Now remember, compare now. What is the power of x here? 3. So what should this be replaced with? 3. Now, for each of the following equations, state the two variables which are directly proportional to each other and explain your answer. How do we know that the two variables are directly proportional to each other? How do we know that? So we have got first equation, y is equals to 4x square. So are these quantities directly proportional to each other? Let's see. Remember, if you have to find out the value of, remember, whenever the two quantities are directly proportional to each other, you get a constant like x upon y is equals to k, right? So x upon y upon x square is equals to 4. So this is a constant number. So this shows that y is directly proportional to x square. Similarly, y is equals to 3 square root x. Now you are going to take this square root x as denominator on the other side, and you will get 3 here, which is a constant number, which shows that y is actually directly proportional to square root of x. Don't mind the square, write it as square root. Okay, replace this with square root. Okay, C part is y square is equals to 5x square. Again, so take this x square on the other side as denominator, so you can write it as y upon x square is equals to 5. You're getting a constant number, which means that y square is directly proportional to x square. Okay, square. Okay, remember, this is an equation directly, but then there should be only x square, not should be, it shouldn't be 5x square. Y is directly proportional to y square is directly proportional to x square, not 5x square. Okay, remove this 5 when you're writing it again. P power 3 is equals to q power 2. All right, which means there is no variable. So when there is no variable, there is no constant number, so that means constant number is 1. Okay, that means p cube is directly proportional to x square. This one is right, thank God. So you have to ignore this 5 please, because it says that y is directly proportional to x square. It shouldn't be 5x square. I'm sorry about that. It's a typo error. Next question. If z square is directly proportional to x cube and z is 8 when x is 4, find the value of z when x is 9. So since z is directly proportional to x cube, so you can write it as z square upon x cube is equals to k. Replace z with 8 and x with 4. So you'll get 64 upon 64. That means k will be 1. Let's make a connecting equation. So z square, since you have to find the value of z, we are going to make a connecting equation with respect to z. So if we are taking z square, that means we are going to multiply x cube with k here. So since we need only z, so what we are going to do? Let's replace the value of k with 1. So you are going to get z square is equals to x cube. So we need only z, not z square. So you're going to take a square root on the other side. So square root of x cube is your connecting equation. So we are going to use this connecting equation and you're going to find the value of z. Now replace x with 9. What is the cube of 9? 729. Whenever you take a square root of something, you get positive and negative value both. So z will be either plus 27 or minus 27. If q is directly proportional to p minus 1 whole square and q is 20 when p is 3, find the value of p when q is 80. So now q is directly proportional to p minus 1 whole square is equals to k. Replace q with 20 and p with 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2 and square of 2 is 4. So 20 upon 4 will give you 5. Alright. Now make a connecting equation and replace the value of k. Connecting equation is this. Since we are finding out the value of p, so you're going to make a connecting equation with respect to p. So this p should come here. So p minus 1 is equals to k upon q. Okay. Looks a little complicated, but actually it is not. So p will be, since there is a square here, we are going to take a square root here, replace the value of k with 5, and this minus 1 will go on the other side and will become plus 1. So this will be a connecting equation and we are going to use this connecting equation and we are going to find the value of p for the next part. Now replace q with 80. So 80 upon 5 will give you 16. Now 16, square root of 16 is either plus 4 or minus 4. So let's take this as plus 4 first. So if it is plus 4 plus 1 or minus 4 plus 1, because first time you're going to take the square root of 16 as plus 4, next time you're going to take the square root of 16 as minus 4. Plus 1 will remain same on both, in both cases. So p will be either 5 or it will be minus 3. So we stop here and we'll continue tomorrow, and please revise and see this video once again. I hope that you have understood. If not, you can also comment and ask me. Hopefully you will be able to get through. Okay, see you tomorrow.